Hello, 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 everyone. I'm Flora Sage, your life coach, to help you create a life and business that you are excited about, that you can't stop singing about it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to know what to focus on this year. This is not about resolutions. This is not about goals. This is not about anything other than what to focus on. And we'll talk more about that in just a second. Hi, Becca. Hi, Teresa. Yay. Hi, Clark. Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So go ahead and post in the comments if you're watching this live, if you're watching the replay. Hello, Mary Lou. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All week we've been having amazing discussions about how to fix low motivation, how to choose your word for the year. And so based on the questions and comments that I've been getting from you guys, today we're going to talk about how to really know what to focus on. How to really know what to focus on. Because that's just the thing, is that when you have all kinds of things going on in your life, when you've got a partner and you've got kids or you've got fur babies and you have all these other things going on, sometimes it's really challenging to really know what to focus on. So, have you struggled with focus in the past? Go ahead and share that in the comments. Have you struggled with this in the past? Let me know. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. So, let me know if you are watching live or if you're watching the replay with the hashtag live, hashtag replay. And then also let me know if you've struggled with this, if you've struggled with really knowing what to focus on. Because, I mean, I've been there. I felt like the chicken with my head cut off, where I've got so much going on. I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. This is crazy. And so typically what happens with people when this happens is you shut down. Is you're just like, whatever, and you binge watch Netflix, or you go eat a bag of popcorn, or, you do the things that you're like, well, I should be doing this because everybody else is doing this, but it doesn't really feel good, but I'll try it because who knows, and so you start to do all of this randomness that might not be Sorry about that, I got a phone call. So Becca says, yes, I have struggled and then ended up doing busy work and accomplishing nothing. Ugh. And then Devin says, my inner guidance seems to pull me in a million different directions. I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. And that is why we're doing today's video. So one of the things that I talk about in the 1 Degree Shift book, which is coming out officially on Monday, it is now available for pre-order. You can click the link in the comments to pre-order your book. When you pre-order, you will be given access to a complimentary workshop that I'm so freaking pumped about. It is on Monday, January 11th at 11:11 Arizona time. So I just posted the link in the comments. So why do we struggle with knowing what to focus on? Why do we struggle with this? Well, for one, the safety part of our brain, that primordial part of our brain, is very much connected with, do I have food? Do I have shelter? Am I safe? And many times what happens is people have so much stuff. We've got notifications. We've got all the books, we have all the clothes, all the clutter. We've got so much stuff in our physical space that it makes it challenging for our brain to really know, wait a minute, are we safe? When we save things just in case, we might use them someday. What happens is that tells our brain, I don't trust that those resources are going to be there in the future, so I need to prepare for the worst. I need to prepare for me not having enough money or resources or connections to find that thing in the future when I might need it. So therefore, I'm going to hoard it and save it. Same thing with the digital side of things. Well, I'm going to save this just in case. Oh, I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to screenshot that. Before you know it, you've got 12,000 pictures in your photo album. Digital clutter and digital hoarding is a thing. When you go into your inbox and you have all the emails, you've got like 40,000 emails, and you're like, well, I'm not going to delete them because what if I need them someday? What happens is you have all of this, I might need this someday, in the back of your head, taking up your energy, causing cortisol and stress hormones to be released in the body every time you see those notifications, every time you see those numbers, every time you see the clutter. And because you have so much stress going through your body, it's no wonder you can't focus on what really matters. So you are not alone in this. I mean, this is something almost everybody struggles with. So you are not alone. And I really want to just honor and witness and be that sacred witness for you and say, I see you and I hear you because I have been you. I have been you. So Ash says, I feel like I try to fix too much about myself. I have too many goals. Then I end up with many goals never met. Well, that's what we're going to look at today. That's what we're going to look at today, Ash. So I'm so grateful that you're here. Michelle said, yes, I just want to take a bulldozer to all my stuff and start over with just the essentials. Michelle, you can do that. There's several times in my life where I've literally given everything I've owned away, except for a couple of suitcases and a couple of boxes, like literally like 6 boxes of stuff. And 2 of them were my youngest sons, 2 of them were my oldest sons, and 2 of them were mine. But we literally gave everything we owned away and we moved to South Africa and we started fresh. We've done that several times in our life. And it can be done. There's a fabulous docuseries on Netflix called The Minimalists. And they actually just released a second kind of follow-up to that as well. So I'd recommend that you watch that. But one of the things that I'm really excited about is we actually talk about this in my book, The 1 Degree Shift. And we talk about allowing yourself to really recognize what truly is clogging your energy, clogging your attention, clogging your space, clogging your ability to make clear decisions. So this is actually in chapter 4 called Everyone Has Problems. And the quote that I chose for this was from Henry David Thoreau, and it starts off that says, advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Well, most of the time people have these dreams, have these goals, have these aspirations, but don't really know where to focus. And so the first thing, we just talked about all this, the first thing, if you struggle with focus, know you're not alone, but know the easiest way to get focused is to start clearing out the clutter. Start clearing out the clutter, clearing out those things that are causing you to have your attention be pulled away from you. So in my book, I talk about the 5 types of clutter. There's environmental clutter. This is the actual clutter that is in your physical space. That's in your physical space. So this is an excess of clothing. Like recently, about a month ago, I got rid of 1/3 of my clothes. I took everything out of my closet, put it on my bed, and tried everything on, including my underwear. Tried everything on, and if it didn't fit good, I'm like, nope, it's out. So I either recycled it, threw it away, or donated it. And that's huge. Went through my books, went through my linens. Like, you only need about 2 to 3 towels per person. How many bed sheets do you need? Like, how many different sets of sheets do you need? Like, how many cups do you need? how many mugs you, like all the things. Go through and be brutal with it, because the thing is that if you're lacking focus, it's not your fault. Well, it is and it isn't, but one of the easiest ways to clear it out is to just declutter. And when you declutter your stuff, what happens is all of a sudden it opens up possibility. It opens up your space so that you can think and you can focus, and that fight or flight primordial part of your brain, like way back in the day, that primal part of your brain isn't always activated because, oh, she's keeping this or he's keeping this just in case. Just in case what? Oh my gosh, is there a threat? Do we need to be on high alert? This is what happens when you have clutter. Your body all of a sudden spits out that cortisol. So I am here to help you do that. I'm here to help you clear through all the things that are keeping you from focusing on what you really want to focus on, which we're going to get to next. The next type of clutter is body clutter, okay? Hi, Tracy. Oh, we've got some, hello, Claire. Hello, Marlena. Woohoo! Hello, Agatha. Yay! So good to see you. So freaking good. Oh my goodness. So again, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay. If you're watching this live, go ahead and hit hashtag live in the comments and let me know what you struggle with as far as focus. Have you struggled with being able to focus in the past? Are you currently struggling with it? This is a huge thing. And one of the biggest indicators on or things to impact and influence your focus is your environment and types of clutter. So that's what we're talking about today. So the next type of clutter, like I said, and I mentioned this on page 36 of my book, The 1 Degree Shift, is body clutter. And this is things like too much food, too much alcohol, too much weight that you're holding on. I'm not body shaming at all, but there are times when we eat more to ground our energy, which then causes us to gain weight. Now, weight is a form of safety. It's a form of armor. And so if we feel unsafe in our environment many times, what happens is we'll put on weight. And that acts as a barrier from our environment. It acts as a barrier from our environment. So Michelle says, hashtag live, I struggle with getting overwhelmed. I am setting a timer to clear out crap, and once it's done, I am done till the next day. Oh my gosh, Michelle, yes. I literally have timers all over my house. And one of the things that I love to do, and thank you for bringing this up, is the 10-minute quick clean. So anytime you want to clear out clutter or you want to start to kind of freshen up a space, and I first learned this from the Fly Lady. She has a thing called the 27 Fling Boogie. And that is when you take like a grocery bag or a box and you walk around your house and you get 27 things that you don't use, you don't love, they might be in disrepair, that they might not be yours, and get 27 things and donate those. Now, if they're somebody else's, obviously return them, but do this every single day. And every single day, you're gonna take out 27 items from your space and most of the time, this doesn't take very long. Like I said, I used my timer, I set it for 10 minutes, and just spend 10 minutes cleaning out something or looking at something and saying, do I use this? Do I love it? When was the last time I used it? And this is one of the things, is that when you give yourself permission to be honest with when you last used it, yes, you spent money on it, but think of how much energy, which money is just energy, when you think of how much energy is involved in managing the excess in your life. You know, you're organizing and organizing and organizing, but if you don't declutter when you're organizing, you're just going to have to reorganize it later on. You're literally just moving piles. Now, I've mentioned this before, clutter is just a museum of crap, of things that you thought would make you happy. And they haven't made you happy, so why keep them? Okay, and in one of the things, Devin says, I'm gonna do the 27 Fling Boogie while I'm watching this video, woo! Oh, I freaking love it. I love it. She said, or I'm sorry, he or she, I apologize. I feel so suffocated, yet so inspired by my environment. Perfect. Okay, so one of the things that I would recommend for you is to, if you still feel inspired by your environment, but it feels cluttered, it feels suffocating, what I want you to do is get out a box and I want you to pack up half of your stuff, okay? Half of your stuff that's in your space and just put it in a closet. So you're not getting rid of it, you're just minimizing it by half so that you can just be with the stuff that you love, and then a month from now, 2 months from now, exchange everything. So pack up all the stuff that you have left and then put that away and then unbox the other stuff and put it out. Now the beautiful thing about this is that every day our energy shifts and changes. And so if you resonate, let's just say that I've got this crystal. So today I absolutely resonate with this crystal. This is a Lumerian seed crystal. I use it to meditate. Yesterday I was holding it when I was writing some emails. So good, so vibey. I absolutely resonate with this. However, tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, I might not resonate with this crystal, and I might be guided, even though it's inspiring to me, it's beautiful, I might be guided to gift it to someone else or put it in somebody's yard as a gift or whatever. And so if you feel inspired by the things that you have and you love them, but the amount of things that you have is overwhelming, you can reduce the amount of things that are actively displayed in your home. This will help set the stage for a cleaner space and also help you be able to just relax on that physiological level, because studies show that when we have too much stuff, our body just goes into like that hyper mode, like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff, this is a threat, especially if you're saving it just in case. That's one of the worst ways or worst reasons, in my opinion, to save something just in case, because again, that's one of the things that causes your brain to release cortisol. So Devin says, Flora, packing up half my great stuff is brilliant, and I'm a lady. Thank you. Yeah, there's so many gender neutral names out there that I never want to assume someone's gender or preferred gender. So, yay. All right. So the next thing we're going to, I can't talk. The next thing that we're going to talk about is mental and emotional clutter. Now, these are things that may be challenging conversations that you know that you want to have or that you need to have, but might be a little challenging for you to address. Might be a little challenging for you to start the conversation. So in my book, I actually teach you how to have a really powerful conversation with the people in your life. Very, very powerful stuff. Also, if you need to speak with a therapist or a coach or counselor about some of the things going on in your life, I highly recommend it. I see my therapist once a month, whether I think I need it or not, sometimes more, sometimes less. Well, not actually less, minimum once a month, but sometimes more than that, depending on what's going on in my life. And there's a beautiful thing when you can trust someone else to be that sacred witness for you. Another type of clutter, and we talked about it earlier, is digital clutter and digital hoarding. This is huge because every time you pick up your phone, you're bombarded with all the things. And again, that causes your stress levels to go up, which cause your focus to get watered down. So the easiest way to gain focus and clarity in your life is to declutter, is to get rid of the things you are not using. Again, there's fabulous, fabulous documentary on Netflix called The Minimalists. They actually have part 2 out. It's not called part 2. I will find it and I will put it in the comments. But allowing yourself to recognize that if you do want more clarity and more focus, the number one easiest way is to declutter, because your environment influences you and clutter influences you more than anything else. More than anything else. Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to talk about for the digital clutter, and I know that we talked about this before, is your inbox. We got to have a big discussion about this, okay? Big, big discussion. Now, did I put the stats in my book? Let me see. So I did a lot of research when I was writing my book about digital clutter. Okay, I do not have the study and the stats, but most people have several thousand emails in their inbox that they've not opened, and or that they're just saving just because they might need it someday. So I have a challenge for you today. I have a challenge for you to do what's called an inbox zero. Inbox zero. Like that song. How you do this is you set your timer, handy dandy timer, set it for 20 minutes, okay? And I want you to think off the top of your head, whose emails do I love getting, okay? So you've got any family member. You can search, you can go into your inbox and search for your family member. Once you have all of their emails up, what you can do is select all of them and move those emails, those precious emails, into their very own folder. So I have a folder in my inbox of emails from my father who passed away going on 7.5, 8 years now. And I've saved those emails. Periodically, I'll go in and I'll read some of them. So think about, don't look through your email yet, but like I said, think about off the top of your head whose emails you want to save. Write it down before you go in. Then think about the companies that you have purchased from and whatever, and that you get sales emails from, sometimes daily, but weekly too. Write that down. Then go into your inbox, create those folders like mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whomever. Then do a search for them, move all their emails into their individual folders so that you have them and they're safe. And then if you have, like, there's a couple places that I keep getting emails from them because I want to like remember that, oh yeah, here's that company. And so instead of continuing to get emails, what I did was actually change it to where, because you can unsubscribe or you can just say, I just want to reduce the number of emails. Now, not all email lists provide that option. If they don't provide that option, you can just simply unsubscribe, but keep one of their emails in a reference folder or in a folder of things I want to remember or companies I like. And you can put one of their emails in there so that you still have their email, you still have the content, you still have the name of the company or the product that you bought that you really like, that if you want to replace it in the future, you know, you remember that. And so you only have to keep one of them. You don't have to keep all like 500 that they've sent you over the last year. And so once you have searched and sorted all the emails that you know you want to keep, then if you want to, you can scroll through and look to see if there's any. But what I would encourage you to do then is just hit select all and delete the rest that are in your inbox. Then every day, or at least once a week, go into your inbox and unsubscribe from those like newsletters or mailers or companies that you no longer want to have in your inbox. And this is a way to curate your experience for your inbox. Your inbox is your property, okay? So if someone's in there that you're just like, I never read their email, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. So in thinking about doing this for email, how does that make you feel? I know a lot of my clients at first feel like, oh shit, like, I don't know if I can do this, but I promise you, this will help you stay focused and be able to get clarity so that you can focus. So, hi Regina, she says, hashtag live. Agatha, I have to declutter to feel good, so it's important. Great, thank you. Or I'm sorry, great that you talk about it. Yes, 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 this is so important. Sheena said 2020 was my year to release the clutter accumulated over the last 10 years. Ancestral clutter to boot, inherited stuff, embracing all the shifts along the way, unresolved issues, and also the beauty and magic of it. Getting rid of the clutter has completely changed my focus and clarity. Oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. This is one of the reasons why I wrote this in my book, because when you give yourself permission to own your self-worth, own your ability to connect with the people around you, Own the ability to know that you do have the resources available in the future if you do need something. And give yourself permission to just say, I'm in charge of my space and I don't want to manage excess. Because that's what you're doing. You're managing the excess. You're moving the piles. You're shifting. And that's taking away vital resources. It's taking away your energy and your time and your attention from your family and from your life. Would you rather wash 20 mugs? I mean, maybe it'll take you 10 minutes to wash 20 mugs. Like wash and rinse and put it in the little holder. Or would you rather have 2 mugs or 4 mugs and it will take you 2 minutes to wash those? What are you gonna do with that extra 8 minutes? Like, this is huge. This adds up so much. And this is one of the easiest ways to gain clarity and focus is by getting rid of all the excess. So, the last thing that I talk about in my new book, The 1 Degree Shift, is daily clutter. So, daily clutter, oh my goodness, this is huge. Daily clutter is the things that we do on a daily basis, okay? Again, managing the stuff. This is also thinking that we have to be all to everyone. We grew, or our species on planet Earth was formed in a tribal system. We are meant to be part of a village. So everyone was an expert at something. Everyone contributed their expertise, okay? And so when you think about and look at your expertise, I want you to look at, are you doing things that you know don't resonate with you? Are you doing things that make you feel overwhelmed? Are you doing things that are just, they just suck? Like, I don't mind sweeping, and I know that I talked about this before. I don't mind sweeping. It's just kind of tedious, and to me, it feels like it takes a long time. So I got one of those robot vacuum things where you hit the button and it vacuums your whole house for you and will actually dump itself. I've got one of those self-cleaning ones. It dumps itself. I don't have to worry about it. So I have to dump the canister like once a week, but that's it. It's literally me picking it up and going boop, hit the button, and then putting it back. That's it. So that was overwhelming for me. That was like, I don't want to have to clean the floor. And then we have somebody else that comes in twice a month to deep clean and scrub the tile, because we have all tile throughout the house. And so I've actually hired someone to come in twice a month to deep clean and like steam clean and scrub all the tile in the house, because I don't want to do it. I don't want to spend my time, and it's like stupidly inexpensive. I was like, really? Oh my gosh. I could totally have her come every single week, but our house doesn't get that dirty. So I want you to really think about, what is clutter, all the types of clutter, how is that hindering you? And I want you to imagine what it would feel like for you to open up your inbox and have 20 emails in there. That's it, 20. I want you to think about what it would look like if you go onto your social media feed and the only people that you're following are people that you fucking love, that uplift you, that empower you, that don't make you feel like shit. And you're like, oh my God, yes, I love this. And because you follow these types of people, you don't feel the need to spend an hour or 2 hours scrolling. You feel satisfied after 5 or 10 minutes. What would it feel like for you to open up your linen closet or your storage closet and be able to see nice and neat? Here's the towels. Everybody's got 2 towels, like 2 bath towels, a hand towel, and a washcloth. All the excess has been donated, has been given to an animal shelter or whatever. You have the linens, you've got everything, it's all organized. No excess, nothing spilling out on you. What would it feel like if you walk into your closet and you know, like, the clothes that you have, you know every single piece of clothing is gonna fit, and it's gonna fit great, and it feels good. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't rub wrong, it feels good to wear the things you have. What would that feel like? What would it feel like if you walked into your kitchen and there wasn't all the shit piled all over everywhere? And you don't have 20 extra mugs, you've got 4 mugs, because that's all you need, or maybe 6. How would it feel? Most of my clients, including myself, say, oh my God, that would feel so easy. That would feel so freeing to not have to dig through my closet for 30 minutes to find something that fits good. It would feel so freeing to be able to go into my kitchen and not feel overwhelmed. It would feel so freeing to be able to sit on my couch and not have to move a bunch of laundry and not have to move a bunch of stuff that I don't use. It would be so freeing to get rid of all the knickknacks and just put one plant and like one picture that you absolutely love, and maybe like a shell or something. So instead of dusting all the knickknacks and all the random stuff, you dust quickly, and you've got 2 other things to dust, like the picture and the shell. So instead of it taking you 20 minutes to dust that curio cabinet, now it takes you 4. This truly is a game changer, because when all this other stuff isn't occupying your time and your energy and causing all that cortisol to just spike through your system, which causes weight gain, it causes you to overeat, it can cause depression, anxiety, all kinds of stuff. It can cause sleep issues. When all of this is cleared, what happens is life does feel easier because you're not bombarded with all this crap. And with that, you get so much clarity. You're like, well, now that I have all this extra time, and you really, truly do, trust me, I am one of those people that just continuously is very observant and self-aware of how I'm spending my time. And if I feel like I'm spending too much time organizing, I'm like, okay, I need to declutter. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. And so I go through, I actually have a box right there that's full of random stuff, and I have a little notebook. I'll actually show you. Hang on. I have a little notebook that I keep so far since November of since November 21st, 2020, I have gotten rid of 756 items. So 756. You probably can't read my writing because it's backwards, but I have this, and I'm keeping track. I'm actually doing the 2021 challenge. So in 2021, you can do the challenge of getting rid of 2,021 items from your home. You can also do the minimalist challenge, where for 30 days, you get rid of the number of things as the same day. So on day 1, you get rid of 1 thing. On day 2, you get rid of 2 things. On day 3, you get rid of 3 things. On day 4, you get rid of 4 things. On day 5, you get rid of 5 things. And so there's fabulous, fabulous videos on YouTube. If you're interested in watching those, they're fabulous. I'm kind of addicted. They're so good to watch. I usually watch them on ×2 speed because a lot of them are 15 to 30 minutes. And so I watch them in hyper speed. But it's very inspirational. And anytime you feel that you need that boost, go watch one of those videos. It's so motivating. And so I say all that to say this. How to really know what to focus on this year, first and foremost, is you can't focus on stuff when your house is a mess, when your house is cluttered. You can't focus on health if your kitchen is piled up full of all this crap that you can't even think straight. You can't focus on a good relationship if your bedroom is cluttered with all the things from everywhere. Okay, because your bedroom is where you connect with your partner. It's where you connect with yourself. You can't have a good night's sleep if you've got computers and TVs and all the things going, because your brain, your body, your nervous system will not relax if all those EMFs and all that stuff is in there. So if you want to start to be able to focus, clear the clutter. Clear the clutter. I'm telling you, this is the #1 way to make the biggest shift in your life. Because when you have that freedom, that space, that expansiveness, what happens then is you can think, you can feel, because that cortisol isn't pumping through your veins. It's not pumping through your system anymore. What happens now is you feel that expansiveness and you're like, oh, it feels good when I'm in here. Your nervous system relaxes. Then you can say, wow, I think I'm going to start crocheting. Or you know what? I think I want to do some yoga. Or you know what? I think I want to take a salsa class. Or I think I'm going to call my sister. And you start to have more meaningful connections in your life. You start to have more free time to do those things that you've always wanted to do. You start to know what really drives you, what feels good, what feels exciting. And that's how you know what to focus on. It's because of the way it makes you feel. But if you're bombarded and if your system is just buzzing with all this extra energy around you, you can't focus on anything. And if you do, it's not for very long. And so we're going to kind of lean into the whole energy buzzing thing. So every single thing that you have in your space vibrates at its own frequency. So this timer, I've had this timer for a very, very, very long time. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Esmeralda. Hi, Michael. Yay. Hi, Rushik. Oh my gosh. Hi, Jessica. Vinny. Love it. Hi, May. Yay. Josephine. So freaking good. Damon. Oh my gosh. I love you guys. So let me know if you're watching the replay or if you're watching this live. And Regina says, I remove my clothes every spring and winter. It feels so good. Yes. I hope that you try them on as well to make sure that they still fit good. You still really like them. I would rather invest in a little bit more expensive item for my closet that I know I'm gonna have for years and years and years, instead of investing a small amount of money for that fast fashion that wears out after one season. So yeah, that's one of the things that I resonate with. But in any case, so let's talk about energy and vibration. Because this is one of the reasons why also that when you enter a cluttered room or you have a lot of stuff, you feel overwhelmed. So every piece of everything in your home holds a vibration. So this timer holds a vibration. This mug holds a vibration. This glass of water, which I'm going to drink from, holds a vibration. And so it's still in my space because I still resonate with the frequency of the vibration of it. So let's just say that you were going through a divorce and you did some retail therapy. So you go to Ross or TJ Maxx and you get this beautiful wall hanging and you're like, yes, this is awesome. Maybe it's like this earthy color orange with some accents of green and brown and a little bit of mustard yellow. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So you bring it home, you hang it up, and you finish your divorce. A couple months later, you're sitting in your living room and you're looking at this thing and you're like, ugh, I don't know if I really like that anymore. And you just kind of have this weird, funky vibe, okay? So fast forward 2 years, and your sister comes over and you're having lunch together and she's like, God, what the hell is up with that ugly ass wall hanging? And you're like, yeah, I paid $200 for it. You probably wouldn't pay that at Ross or TJ Maxx. You probably pay $20. But anyway, let's just say that you paid $200 for it. Or well, no, let's just say that you paid $20. Yeah, I paid $20 for it at TJ Maxx during my divorce. And at the time I really liked it, but now it's just, I don't really like it. It's kind of weird, but I just don't want to get rid of it. And so, but every time you look at it, your energy drops, okay? So every time you look at it, I'm going to repeat that. Every time you look at it, your energy drops. When that happens, you are creating an energy deficit. Your energy is your currency. So every time you look at it, boom, energy drops. That's taking away energy that you could be using other places in your life. And so let's just say that your sister is like, girlfriend, we got to get rid of that shit. I'm going to Goodwill today. I'll take it to Goodwill for you. So you're like, okay. And so she takes it off the wall, puts it in her vehicle, and all of a sudden you feel this expansiveness. You're like, oh, wow, it feels so good not to have that in my space. It feels so good. It feels so open and easy. Now, every time you're in that space, even though it's a blank wall, now your energy is not vibrating at that funky, weird vibe that you were vibrating at during your divorce. Now it's expansive. It's clear from that. So now with your new vibration, you can, if you want to, go find a different whatever for that space on the wall. I truly believe that the things that we collect over the years help us and nurture us energetically and vibrationally during that period. And then when we're guided, when it doesn't resonate with us anymore, when we've shifted energetic planes, we'll just naturally be guided to declutter and remove that thing from our space. This is huge. But this is why when we have clutter, hi Mike, when we have clutter, hi Bobby, hi Shannon, when we have clutter, all of this stuff vibrates at its own frequency, and your energetic self is feeling that vibration, and you're feeling whether or not that resonates with you or if it doesn't. And the more stuff that's in our space, the more vibrations that's coming, and all of a sudden you're like, oh dude, like, ugh! That's why we have those spikes in cortisol. Not just because of all the stuff, but because, so we're visually seeing it. We're hearing in our brain, I'm keeping this just in case, or I will get to that someday. But you're also feeling the vibration of it bombarding you 24/7. 24/7. If some of you are wondering, well, okay, so what place in my home should I start decluttering? Your bedroom. Hands down, your bedroom. Well, first of all, if you want to get a quick win, go through and declutter the big stuff. Like I literally just sold 2 pieces of exercise equipment because we downsized our home. We went from a little over 2,000 square feet to 1,400, and excuse me. And so we downsized before we moved, and then we moved, and we're like, oh wow, we really don't have a whole lot of space. I mean, granted, 1,400 square feet for some people is a lot. And now that we have decluttered, especially the big stuff, it feels super open, super big, super expansive. This actually feels more spacious than my home in Wisconsin, which was over 2,000 square feet. So, but yeah, like I said, I literally just got rid of I sold 2 pieces of exercise equipment because we just didn't have the space for them, but it felt good. It felt empowering to sell that. And so I want you to think about what are the big things in your home that you know you could sell or donate right away. Do that first, because those big items, like a big chest of drawers, like I do not have a dresser. Everything is hung up in my closet or is folded on a little shelf so that I can see it. That of course is me, because like for me, out of sight, out of mind. If it's in a dresser, I'm never gonna freaking wear it. I'm never gonna wear it because I'm not gonna dig in there. Plus, dressers have that flat, hot spot, so they collect clutter and all the things. And so if you want to try going without a dresser, take everything out of your dresser, clean everything off of the top, and hang all of it up. If you have a small closet, which I did, what do you wear? What do you love wearing? There's a project called Project 333 where you wear 33 items for 3 months. It's fabulous. Fabulous. You can Google it. Project 333. Highly recommend that you check it out. Or you can create a capsule wardrobe. But in any case, that is the first thing that you could do, is you can declutter the big stuff and move that out. You can give it away. There's a place called Free Cycle online. You can put it on the curb and just put free, depending on where you live. But do that first, and that will instantly create that shift. The second thing that I would recommend that you do, and the first space that I would recommend that you focus on, is the bedroom. And the reason being is because that's where you connect with your partner, but also that is where you restore your energy. That is where restorative sleep comes in. I would recommend, again, this is just a recommendation, I would recommend that you take out all electric devices that you do not need in there. Now, I don't think TVs belong in bedrooms. I don't believe and think that iPads or computers belong in the bedroom either, because what that's doing is that's training your body to be awake in bed. And it's also taking away the attention of you from your partner. So take out all the electronic devices. Now, I sleep with my phone on my nightstand, just in case my kids call me, but I have it on nighttime mode, and I don't check it when I'm in bed. So another thing that I have is I have a radiation protection sleeve so that I don't get radiation all night, and also so that the EMFs from my device don't interfere with my sleep. So take all the electric devices out of your bedroom. Just try it, just hear me out. Also, yes, reduce the blue light mode. Absolutely, thank you, Mike, for sure. Hello, Philip. So Bobby said, my dresser is sort of an altar-like along with bookshelves. Okay, so you can create an altar, but do you need a full dresser? Or could you get something that is not a storage type device? Here, I'll actually show you guys. I'm gonna take you to show you a non-storage piece of furniture. And we got this at, here, let me close the blinds so that the light doesn't wash it out. Okay, so this is a hang on, let me flip it. This is a non-storage piece of furniture. So could you take this type of thing? I would do it sideways, but it won't let me. So could you take your dresser, remove it from your space, and get something like this? This we actually got, I think, at Ross. So this is non-storage. So I'll show you, I was moving furniture this morning for my dog, but this is a storage piece of furniture. So it's got a plant on the top. It's got some puzzles and games and things like that. That's considered storage. And I actually am going to get ready to kind of declutter that, because to me it kind of looks a little bit cluttery. But in any case, can you put your altar and sacred items on something like this so it's literally just for that and not anything else? So I want you to think about that, Bobby, and let me know what your thoughts are about that, because that's the thing, is that when we have storage type furniture, it just acts as a place to collect stuff. Which is not always the best thing for us to do. Okay, so, so yes, so if you can, so for the bedroom, again, clear out the non-essential items. If you can, get rid of your dresser, which is an energetic, kind of a weighted thing, and allow yourself to say, what's the purpose of this room? So the purpose of a bedroom is to sleep, get restorative sleep, and connect with your partner. Sexually, intimately, however you want to connect with your partner. So if you have things in there that are not part of that purpose, they can theoretically be removed from that space, right? Yes. So, in my bedroom, you walk in, there is like a wall hanging, and there is our sacred space type thing. It's actually a bookshelf where we have a few books. I think we've got like maybe 10 books. We've got some runes, we've got some rune cards. We have a picture of ourselves. We have our commitment ring. It's like this big kind of, it's like a heathen thing, but it's like a commitment ring. It's beautiful. And then we have the bed, and then we got this giant reindeer skin hide. And then our nightstands that are not storage nightstands. It's literally like there's no drawers. It's literally just a circle, and we've got our lamp on it. And then we have a tree, because I love trees and plants. We have a tree in the corner, and that's it. And then, of course, the bed. That's it. We don't have a dresser. We don't have all the other stuff. Oh, and then we have a little stand. It's not a storage stand, but we just have a stand that has the noise slash, like a, what is it? Like a sound machine with a clock in it. And so really give yourself permission to entertain the idea of trying this. Now, some of you might be going, oh my God, like I cannot even, like that's going to freak me out if I don't have all the stuff in here. Try it. Every day, move out a box worth of stuff. Every day, do it slowly but surely, and you're going to start to feel the energy of the room lighten up. You're going to start to feel yourself sleep better. This is called sleep hygiene. And then in your closet, take literally everything out of your closet. Try everything on. See if it fits. Does it feel good? When was the last time you wore it? There was some things when I cleaned out my closet, and I'm like pretty brutal about what I keep. I was like, how the hell did I forget that I had this? I don't have a ton of clothes. I've never been like a clothes person. Like I buy clothes for function, not for fashion. And so, hence my outfit, like a workout thing and then my marine top. But, you know, and then I'm constantly in yoga pants. So, but, you know, I was like, how did I forget that I had these? But it wasn't until I like completely gutted my closet and tried everything on that I was like, oh my gosh. And then I have one thing that I want to bring to a tailor. I actually bought the only size that they had. It was a fabulous, cute dress, but all they had was large, and I wear small. And so I'm going to have to get it altered, but so worth it because it's so freaking cute. So, but give yourself permission to try on all your shoes, all your clothes. I tried on even my fancy dresses, and I was surprised that I was like, yeah, I don't resonate with it. And I got rid of like 4 of my fancy dresses, and I was like, I don't even like know of a place that I would wear this at, you know? So in any case, try it. Try it. If you have a dresser and you want to entertain the idea of getting rid of everything from the dresser, or not getting rid of everything, but getting rid of the dresser, like I said, take everything out of it, take everything off the top, move it out of your space, even just temporarily. Move it out of your space, and then put everything into your closet. Hang it up, or get a shelf, and those like for pants and shorts and shoes, put that on the shelf in your closet if you can, or do one of those little shoe racks or whatever. And try it out. Most people only wear 20% of their clothing 80% of the time. So you have like theoretically 80% of your closet that you never wear. And so what I want you to do, this is your challenge for today, is to get rid of the big stuff. Like move the big stuff. If you're able, if you're not able, bring in help. Maybe call a neighbor or friend or a family member or something. Move it into the garage, move it to the curb and say free, give it away, get rid of it, call AmVets or someplace to come pick it up, and start to work on your bedroom. Start to declutter the little spaces around your home. And the beautiful thing about this is you're gonna start to feel so much more free, so much more open, so much more expansive. And you're going to sit in that room and you're going to be like, damn, you know what? I actually feel really open. I feel really good. This feels so good. That's how you get focus back. That's how you get greater clarity, is by getting rid of all the excess that you're keeping just in case, that is causing your cortisol to spike, that's causing anxiety to spike, and it's causing a plethora of energy to bombard you. You don't need that. You don't need that. Okay? All right. So, let's look at some of the comments. Hang on. So, Bobby says, I make a conscious decision not to buy an item if the situation in my life is not good. Woo! I love it. Example. Met a guy on the internet at a restaurant. Went to an antique store next door, and he offered to buy me a gift. I said no thanks and realized if I had the item, it would remind me of him, and I do not want any of that in my environment. Ooh, that's so good. So good. Mike says, I have a wolf necklace, Wolfie, showing some love. Oh, yay. So good. Michelle said, my clutter's not going to know what hit it. LOL. I also need a mental checklist about buying stuff and adding to the clutter because I think it'll make me happy. Yes. Pay attention to your emotions and your feelings when you're purchasing anything. A rule in my house is one in, one out. So if I buy a new shirt, I have to be willing to pull another shirt out of my closet and get rid of it to make space for that new one. I only have a certain number of hangers and I refuse to buy more. So that's huge. I love it. Bobby said, okay, we already talked about that. But yes, if you have an altar or a sacred space, there's so many creative ways that you can refresh that space and also make it so that it doesn't take I know people who literally have like walls of altar space. Like they have everything hung up. They've got these little tiny shelves to put like statues and things. It's gorgeous. For me, that's not my jam. It's too cluttered, too busy. I shouldn't say cluttered. It's too busy for me. And for me, what feels better physiologically is more of an open space and just open environment and open type altars. So yeah, Bobby says plants do not like to be alone. They like groupings. Trees grow their roots together and talk to each other outside. Yes. Normally I have my plants in twos or pairs, like this is in twos and whatnot. But we've been rearranging and moving stuff and all. But I actually have 4 plants in this room. I've got 2 here, 1 there, and 1 there. And yeah, I love it. It's so good. So my walls are nearly empty. Original art and family photo, bulletin board. My drawers are full. You got some work to do, Bobby. Devin says, this is such a positive activity to do during a time of fear where everyone feels like they must hoard what they have in preparation of a possible shortage this year. Yes. Now, thank you for bringing this up. So my boyfriend and I both have a bug out bag. Mine is in my closet. His is in the spare bedroom closet. And that's something I think everybody should have just in case there is like a disaster, like a natural disaster, something like that. But that doesn't dictate my energy. Like when I see that, I don't feel fear. I feel confident in knowing that if something were to happen, I'm absolutely 100% prepared. I've got food, I've got water, I've got clothing, I have a shelter in there, I've got a knife, I've got a pistol, an ammo, I've got things to start fires with, I've got rope, I have all the things. And so to me, that doesn't spike my cortisol. It actually makes me feel at ease. And so for some of you, if you do see a bug out bag in your closet, that might cause you to freak out or make you feel uneasy. So in that case, don't put it there. I mean, put it someplace else. But also, I want you to recognize that for like the food shortages and stuff like that, a lot of the environment that we're living in is dictated on the energy that we're holding as a collective. And that makes it challenging also to figure out what to focus on. If you're so caught up in the collective fear that you can't focus on your own life, it's time to unplug. It really is time to unplug. So unplug from social media, unplug from the news, unplug from all that stuff so that you can recalibrate your energy and find your center again. And that's truly, truly going to help you as well. So, all right, with that said, I have a few things for you. So this book is officially coming out on Monday. You can pre-order it now. I will share the link in the comments. I'm going to share just a couple links actually. So link number 1 is to pre-order the book. Woohoo! And then link number 2 is for the 1 Degree Shift Tribe. So in the 1 Degree Shift Tribe, we actually have a bonus for our tribe members. And the bonus for the tribe members is my Simplify 10-Day Declutter Extravaganza program, where I walk you through step-by-step how to declutter your home. Another cool thing about the 1 Degree Shift Tribe is that I walk you through also this entire book. Every single chapter in this book has a corresponding video lesson inside of the 1 Degree Shift Tribe. So you not only get my support with coaching every single month while you're in that tribe and while you're in that community, but you also get access to all kinds of bonuses, all kinds of really fun stuff, plus community members who are striving to have a life that they're excited about and are doing the same things that you're doing. So if you would like more information about it, click the link, check it out. And I hope that today you will do something in your home or in your digital world to declutter and just kind of try out this concept. Try out how this impacts your focus. I'm telling you, this is one of the things. So the subtitle of this book is Discover the Simplicity of Lasting Change. Most people hate change. Hands down, most people are like, fuck that, because it's scary. Change is scary. Change is messy. Change is one of those things that most people try to avoid. But the beautiful thing is that change is the only constant. That's the only thing that we can truly count on. Just like the seasons outside, every day it changes just a tiny bit. So if you can recognize that change truly is the only thing that we can count on, and that when you recognize that you can control the change in your life, you can cause it to change in your favor, what happens is all of a sudden the whole world opens up. Because when you start to see the opportunities within the obstacles that are in your life, and you start to see, well, this, what I thought was an obstacle, wow, it's actually a really huge opportunity for me. What else is possible now? Which is huge. So if you are open to possibilities, if you are open to receiving more clarity, and because you're more clear about something, all of a sudden now you feel a little bit more courageous. All of a sudden now, because of that, you feel more confident. If you're tired of that rat race, if you're tired of not having focus and you're tired of resisting change and being fearful of change, check out the 1 Degree Shift Tribe. I think you're absolutely going to love it. So Susan says, I pre-ordered on Amazon. Is there still access to the group? Yes. So what you do, Susan, is click link number 1. And on that pre-order page, you're going to see step number 3, where it shares with you to, hang on. Step 3 is to register your book pre-order for access to the bonus workshop. So go ahead and click, register now, and that will give you access to the bonus workshop. And click link number 2 to check out the 1 Degree Shift Tribe. All right, I love you all. I will be back here tomorrow. Let me know what questions that you have for me about all the things that we've been working on this week, about setting your word for the year, really allowing yourself to clear all the BS that influences your low motivation. And also this, being able to clear that space so that you can feel like you can focus. Let me know if you have any questions about this process. Let me know if this is helping you, and I will see you back here tomorrow. I love you. Mwah! Bye.